Why do we need Israel? Think about it. The last 77 years, so many wars, so many lives lost, so much grief, so much sorrow, so much pain, all because of a small slither of real estate in the Middle East called Israel. So why does the world need Israel? What is it about Israel that everyone is fighting over? Think about it. Israel is the smallest country in the Middle East. Israel has the smallest amount of population. Judaism is less than 2% of all society, of the whole population. Yet, Israel seems to be in the headlines every single day. No one is just letting us rest in peace. What is it about Israel? And why is Israel so important? Well, think of Israel not just being Israel as a nation, as a country, but rather Israel has a mandate, has a mission given by God. Right at the beginning in Genesis, when God told Abraham, I am going to make you a father of a nation. I'm going to give you land that's going to be your home. And at that point, God told him, I will give you the power of blessing. Whoever you bless will be blessed, etc. So what is it about this mission? What did God want from Abraham? Why did God give the land of Israel to Abraham? Well, the answer you're going to have to ask God. But what we do know is that God set into motion a journey, a mission, a plan for planet Earth. The Jewish people were not founded and designed to be a nation for itself. We are not a nation that is insular, but rather we have been given a task by God. This happened at the revelation at Mount Sinai, that I want you to be a light unto the nations. And God presented to Moses the Ten Commandments and the whole Torah, and told Moses, I am giving this to you to pass it on to the Jewish people. Their goal is to teach it to the world, to be an example to the world. Obviously, it was a very difficult journey of 3,337 years from that mandate. But we took it very seriously. God pledged to us that He will accept us as a nation as long as we take Him as our God. We made a deal. It was a marriage. That marriage stands till today. This is how the Jewish people has survived all these years. The Jewish people began its journey in the desert and eventually arrived in Israel to reclaim the land that was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The title to this property is the Bible itself. Ben Gurion announced it at one of the trials when they were debating about Israel's ownership. He lifted up the Bible and said, this is our title to our property. Uncontested. God gave us this property. What Israel has accomplished in the last 77 years should be enough of explanation and understanding of why Israel is not only needed, but Israel is critical for the survival of humanity. Israel is a democracy. Israel represents God represents the Torah, represents the Bible, represents laws, morals, and ethics. The biggest law and ethic that it represents is about life, being alive. That our journey in this life is to preserve life and to live and to help the living live. We are a religion, we are a nation that will do anything to save a person's life, to preserve a person's life, to lengthen a person's life. And we began this journey with taking a desolate land of Israel in 1948, which has been neglected for 2,000 years, and turned it into a superpower in all areas of humanity, beginning with the medical accomplishments. Any medical advances, the cutting edge of medicine and medical advances was not just kept secret in Israel, but it was for the whole world. As a matter of fact, the Arab neighbors, our enemies, when it comes down to the end of the line, they needed medical help, they would come to Israel to get the help, because that is where the help is. Many terrorists who get injured during a terrorist attack gets treated in the hospital in Israel, because we are a religion that's all about life. In all areas of life, from agriculture, education, transportation, communication, you name it, Israel's at the cutting edge, continuously innovating and bringing forward how to make life more comfortable and how can we lengthen people's lives. That's what Israel's all about. So we are there in the Middle East. God put us there. Perhaps the reason why God chose that land, for whatever reason, that's the only part of the Middle East that doesn't have any oil. The only reason why perhaps God put us there is to keep an equilibrium of sanity and morality in the world. Without Israel, Iran, Iraq, Libya, these fanatical, fundamental Muslim whose whole religion is based on death, on the afterlife. Martyrdom for them is to kill as many people, as infidels as they call us, as possible. Then they go to heaven and all the rewards that they are promised. They are stuck in medieval times. They are living by the sword, killing bloodthirsty. This has to stop. Israel in the Middle East does not allow that type of life to spread to the rest of the world. If God forbid there was no Israel, you can only imagine what kind of tyranny would reign throughout the Middle East and would spread throughout the whole world. So we need to appreciate why we want Israel, why we need Israel, why Israel has a right to its land. Because all Israel wants is to be able to live in peace. And let us do what we can do best, is continuously innovating new frontiers in all areas of life to help the world. And this has been Israel's mission, to be a light unto the nations. And we have been a light unto the nations. You think about it, just about every innovation that you are enjoying today, Israel's fingerprints is all over it. Anything that we can do to embetter life, that's what our goal and mission is. So we are living in the times where we have the axis of evil, of darkness, trying to consume the world. We, the Jewish people, were sent by God to Israel to be a buffer, to not allow the spread of this type of fanaticism and this type of death throughout the world. So the world should be grateful to Israel. Israel is paying a very difficult price. So many young people have died, even in the war since October 7. We're talking about close to 1,000 beautiful young soldiers and the teenagers, etc., died trying to save Israel from annihilation. This is why it was so important to take out any nuclear capabilities, because Iran has made it very clear. They want to wipe Israel off the map. They want to annihilate Israel, death to America. For this reason, for the reason so they could be able to spread their hate and their religion throughout the whole world. And we are not going to let that happen. So the next time you question, why Israel? Why do we need Israel? Hopefully this would help you understand that and appreciate it. It wasn't us that asked for the land of Israel. God gave it to us. As a matter of fact, right at the beginning of the Bible, when it says God created the heavens and the earth, and the sages ask, why did God begin the Torah with that concept? It's because we need to understand that God owns this earth, and God decides who lives where. When God gave us the land of Israel, the great commentator, the Rashi, wrote 1500 years ago, says there's going to be a day that the nations are going to say, Israel, get out. You stole the land from us. And he says, this is when you take out the Bible and you say, no, we did not steal anything. God gave it to us. So let's pray and we hope that this war, the 12-day war that we have just survived, sadly, many casualties, a lot of death, but we have accomplished. We have set back Iran from the nuclear ambitions, and let's pray and we hope that that's forever. Let's pray and we hope that there'll be a change in the regime in Iran so that the Iranians, the 92 million Iranians, will begin to be able to live in peace as free people. And then peace and joy would spread throughout the Middle East and the rest of the world. God bless you. God loves you.